Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Marvel Snapcast. I'm your host, Ken, aka the SuperTechGod, aka the SuperTechGod, here with your co-host, the one and only.
The top 5 best snappers in the world. Sino. Because I snapped that hot fire, you heard? Crazy episode today. I'm hype right now. Let's go.
Yes, of course. How you been, man? Long time. Hope all is well.
Chilling, man. We had a lot on our plate. We'll talk about it soon. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. Let's do it.
Of course, Marvel Snap's just been all over the place, man. It might have been the best it's been, I guess, since Loki, but I still feel like it's kind of stale. We had OTAs today. We had a lot of stuff going on. We're going to definitely talk about it. But first,
big announcement. Let's go.
Yeah, first we want to bring on our guest for today, of course. It's only fitting that his name is also Guest. But of course, you guys seen this person all over the interwebs, killing it on Twitch, killing it on the Marvel Snap content. You just saw him on Marvel Snap's original YouTube channel, spotlighting the new card of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, let me help you introduce the one and only, the best caster in Marvel Snap.
That's true.
It's ItsGuestGaming. Guess what, everybody?
And you like introduced me for everything because my ego is like the size of your hat right now. Like it is. Good. I
would have delivered a little bit better at the end. I don't know. I would have. It's Guest Gaming or something like that. You know, give him a little gusto to that last part. But
all right, you could do it. You can do it next time.
Okay, all right, cool. We'll let you do. Yeah, we'll let you enjoy it.
You can take turns. It's fine.
Oh man, speaking of next time, guys, we've been working at hard building up PWROn game. I know you guys see it in the chats. Everybody putting the ones up. It's been a great kickoff to a great group of people. We went officially live on May 1st, so it's been only 8 days since we've been officially launched. I think we've been doing great things. It's been growing faster than I expected, and of course, Guest is one of those members as well as Sino on PWROn Gaming. So because of that, we want to kind of switch things up, make Marvel Snapcast even more fresh, of course, by bringing on a third co-host.
Damn right.
And of course, that is our guest here. It's ItsGuestGaming. All three of us will be casting the Marvel Snapcast going forward. We have a bunch and a plethora of new things to show you guys, new layouts. It's going to be amazing. You guys are not going to want to miss it. Starting next week on the Marvel Snapcast, powered by PWROn Gaming.
And when you start an army, you start with family, you start with the clique, you start with ItsGuestGaming, baby. Let's go. Welcome in, brother.
Thank you guys. I am incredibly honored to have been invited to this opportunity to give you two absolute chaos about Marvel Snap consistently and continue to poke you and remind you what timelines are and have a good time. And look, I've been in the Marvel Snap scene just about as long as anybody else who's actually still ingesting content. And I must say, you know, this was one of the first podcasts that I really started listening to. So now to be here with the two of y'all, and I've gotten to know you both, you know, so well over the last, like, you know, year plus at this point, that it's just like, it feels organic. It feels fun. It feels like it's the next, you know, stepped up level for us. And I'm really looking forward to working with y'all, because this is we already talk like way too much behind the scenes anyway. It just makes us continue the conversation now and put a camera on us at the same time and put a microphone in front of us and do it. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here as the new official third co-host of the Marvel Snapcast.
That's right. And Guess is right. I mean, we talk about stuff every day, all behind the scenes. I have arguments with Sino every time I go to pick up my son from school. Of course, it's almost 3 o'clock, and he's ready to go off on about any type of OTA and patch that happens. Now we're just going to add Guests to that call, and we got to be careful what we say, because it definitely gets kind of crazy on us. But nonetheless, I'm super pumped. And to kick things off, we want to definitely talk about the one and only new season that started, which of course is with the one and only Blink. And again, if you guys haven't yet seen it, definitely go check out the Marvel Snap YouTube channel. ItsGuestGaming Spotlight. Blink is one of the best videos I've seen in a long time, because even my video was like 2 videos before his, and that's okay. We'll give him some props for that. His editing skills took it to a whole new level. I mean, Marvel Snap, I was just second to the miles, just book him for all of it. You know, we'll see how that goes. Nonetheless,
I'd vote.
Let's
I
take a
watch
look.
every single video.
Yeah. All right.
Blink
It was cool.
in time.
Woo!
So of course the season pass character is Blink. I'm gonna start with True Guest since you're here and kicking things off. How do you feel about this card so far? I know you reviewed it, you played it, you put something out on it. What's your take now that it's out to the masses?
I cannot wait for June because I am already tired of having consistent success with this card. It's one of those things where like it is a card that you have to build around, right? It is something where you have to build a deck knowing that you need a certain amount of targets and a certain amount of lows, a certain amount of highs. You can't just plug and play this necessarily.
Right.
However, the decks that you can build around it are very flexible, whether it's Ramp, whether it's Surfer, whether it's Hela. There are several archetypes that organically can benefit from what this card already does. So now to have this extra strength of being able to swap out, something like Jubilee and Electra, which is what, we did for the Spotlight, it was incredibly powerful. And I see Blink being a very relevant card as a nice little cheap cheat mechanic that really will bring a lot of competitive nature as we continue to tweak and test it over time. I think that right now, everybody's, including myself, we all knew Ramp was going to be big because, low card to big card. Yay, Ramp deck. All right. We all knew that was coming. Now it's like, look, just let's let it settle a little bit. We'll wait till next week because it's always the first week that everybody does like the same exact thing, and that's it. Myself included. I took the PWROn Powerhouse to Infinite. If you don't know what that is, go watch the YouTube video.
Damn right.
But I can't wait till next week when we start seeing other iterations of this really start to shine, because I've tried like 4 or 5 different decks and it feels good in all of them.
No, I totally agree. I think this card kind of removes somewhat the RNG factor from a lot of card lists, whether it be Hela, right? Whether it be Tribunal, trying to get that final card. You already know, all right, that big card is in the deck. All I got to do is swap the card I just played, and you're guaranteed to get that card. Because of that, I've been using her with Galactus from day one, and it's been working. It's been one of my most fun card lists to run with. Of course, you play Electro, play her in that lane, out comes Galactus on like turn 4. It's the craziest thing ever on turn 5. It's super fun, super awesome. And I'm happy Second Gen is putting cards out like this. I hope she doesn't get touched at all. I think Blink 5/7, I think that 7 power is powerful enough that you want to use it to swap a card. And I think the ability is controlled enough where it's not OP, you're not pulling out something crazy, because I've seen interactions, especially from your video, where if you have a 6-cost card and you try to swap a 6-cost card, it's not going to pull a 6-cost card out the card list. It definitely will only pull the higher cost card. So this also works well when you're trying to play things like Death, because Death is guaranteed, just like in with Lady Sif, Death is guaranteed to always come out when you swap a card. So I think Blink is an awesome card. And like you said, I can't wait to see what other people do when more cards come out throughout the season. Sino, how do you feel about it?
I like Blink. I like Blink in Hela. Just like you said, Hela and Tribunal, I think, prosper a lot with it. I think she kind of helps replace Lockjaw a little bit for me. And I was so fond of Lockjaw, man, the way that he was. They kind of killed him a little bit with the 4, killed my curve. But other than that, like, I think she replaces a little bit. But guys, you got to be careful when playing Blink. I see a lot of people playing like a 1-cost, a 2-cost, or something right before her. And guys, you can get any 4-cost. You know what I mean? So just make sure that what you're playing is kind of going to help you, and you don't have other cards kind of in your deck that's going to come out and screw you. You know what I mean? But at that point, I guess you're like, fuck it. RNG is RNG. Let's pray. I get it. But just be careful on what you're playing before Blink. And you know what I mean? Just make sure you get that card.
I do have bad news for you, though, on that exact comment of careful of what you toss in with the 1 and 2 cost. I may or may not have taken Crazy's list, the Thanos list, with Corvus and Hela, and threw Blink in there instead of Vision. Yo, like,
crazy.
That Lockjaw you miss so much.
Yeah,
it works really well, really well in that deck, and I would not be surprised. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Like, I was using it on stream for a little while. I'm like, this shouldn't work, but it feels really good, and it needs like a little tiny bit of tweaking. It pulled in the Kyera back into the list because there's a lot of 6s and a lot of 1s, and not a lot of stuff in the middle. Which is why it's why it ended up working, because you always end up playing your 2s and your 3s and your 4s out. But now, it's like, you have only 1s and 6s left in the deck because of how you built it. It oddly worked. So
that's
I'm a little
good.
scared for that to be.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
That might be the meta soon. You better be careful.
Yeah, but I like Blink. I like Blink. I think she's dope. Like I said, she brings back some of that fun I used to have with Lockjaw. She brings that feeling back. Are we doing ratings anymore? Or are we just gonna chill for no silver or all that?
I would chill for now, but I mean,
okay, cool.
At this point, we all like it.
Why you cutting me out of the ratings?
All right, you want to get for the wedding? Okay.
I don't even know what I'm rating.
Okay,
I
so let's
medals.
All right, so let's for those who are listening and those who are watching who haven't been here for a while, we definitely had a rating system. I mean, putting guests in the Marvel Snapcast, we should bring our ratings up too. So hopefully you guys come back and enjoy the show. Now we have a new rating system. The way it works, the way we rate cards, we go on a plastic being the lowest rating it can get, going to then silver, gold, platinum, diamond. So if you want to compare it to numbers, 1 is plastic, 2 is silver, 3 is gold, 4 is platinum, and 5 is diamond. Now, some points, I like certain cards that are super great. We like to say that card is double gold or double platinum. You know what I mean? So that's how the rating system works. So given that explanation, since Guess was the first person, what do you rank Blink so far?
I feel like I'm applying for a credit card.
Exactly.
It's got plastic, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. I'm like,
that's right.
Get that good credit, Guess.
Where's the MX Black option? Like,
listen, that's coming. That's coming next month.
That's the next best card in Marvel Snap.
Exactly.
I'll give this a platinum because it feels strong. It feels flexible. It's like a 4-star style card.
Okay.
And it's successful. And I think that with a little bit more testing, we will see this regularly in certain decks. So for that reason and the investment value of getting the season pass, you get a good card. You get a much better card than you have the last few seasons. I think that, like, you look at Black Swan. I think that this is a much better card than Black Swan. Hope Summers, I can't give it to.
I say Hope is the best.
Hope is like. Yeah. But here's the thing: Hope I would almost put on par, but for very different reasons. Because Hope allows you to have multiple littles more often than not. Blink allows you to convert those littles so you're spotting in less space. So it's about board space management and what you want to do with that deck. So I think they do the same thing, just differently. I'd put them both at the same thing. I'm going to say platinum.
All right. I'm definitely giving her a platinum as well. I think she's that good of a card. Wow. The only thing that can make her a diamond if they make her a 4-cost. All right. Sino, what about you?
I'm going to say gold. I think the RNG can screw you a little bit. I love her 5/7, but I feel like second dinner is the fun police, and when everybody's so into the power, they take it down maybe 1. I think she'll be nerfed to 5/6. They did it with Stature, and I think they'll do it with her too. I love the 5/7 though, and that's why I make her gold, because eventually they're gonna nerf her down, and I think that's where she'll land.
Electro into Black Bolt. Oh man, so you causing troubles now. See, now you made me think about statue. This is gonna be some fun stuff. All right. Yeah, speaking of the season rewards, you do get this amazing card, some awesome avatars. This Sabretooth card back, which surprised me. I didn't know it would be this cool. Love the Blink card
it is
back.
Really
yeah, it is.
Sabretooth card is great. The Psylocke is flawless. And you get this morph emote. So not bad. Definitely check out the season pass. PWROn did give away 2 battle passes for a whole week each day. So that was an amazing time. You guys definitely check out PWROn Gaming. Go ahead and follow them on Twitter, as we always do giveaways, trying to give back to the community for the culture, by the culture, of course. Now, the next card that came out with Blink, of course, was Noctune. This is the daughter of Nightcrawler and, of course, Scarlet Witch. So now, Sino, we'll start with you. How do you feel about this card?
Okay, didn't get to test this much. I was too busy playing around with Blink that I didn't get to really focus on Nocturne that much. Played with her a little bit. I've got but I can speak from the opponent side because I have had her played against me. Can be extremely fucking annoying when they change just at the last second. They like to move her and boom, that changes that location. That location screws you. So I can see how she is very useful. Her coming in at a 3/5, I love it. I love the power. I think I love that she works with Surfer also. If you're playing Magic and you're really invested in Magic, she's gonna screw you. So don't even play the Magic. Just hold it. But if they play her, just don't play for 6. Don't even sit there and think about it. They're gonna move Nocturne right over there. It's gonna change your whole life. Yeah, I think she's mischievous. I like Nocturne. I just wish I had more time to
play with her. Test her out.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I definitely had a good time playing with her. I put in the same card list with Blink and Galactus. Caused some trouble. Put her in one lane. People think, okay, she's there. She might not move, and then of course move her and then drop Galactus down, or have some fun with her. Definitely like to change locations. That of course gives you any issues. I think she's great in a move deck as well. So yeah, I mean, for now, she do exactly what she needs to do, which is cause problems, but also help you out, or maybe not, right? That RNG might come to bite you in the ass. You go move over
with no name or something.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think she's a good card. Guess how you feel about her?
I like her. I think that there might have been a little tiny bit of appropriate fear coming into the week, as we heard a lot of people starting to say this is a dangerous card. 3/5, great stats, change your location, okay, it can move all by itself. And then once we saw in the season pass video announcement that you can change multiple locations with multiple moves,
right?
That it really presents like, hey, this could become a problem type card. And I like that it has that threat, but it so far hasn't felt like it really has broken that, oh no, we have a big issue threshold. This is just simply, this is a really scary card because you don't know when you're going to activate, if you're going to act. It's like Vision, right? You don't know if the move is going to happen. It just throws that indecision out there and makes you second guess things. So I think
it's a wild card of 5 on the board also being moved somewhere else, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's
100%.
also a mind.
All right, no, that's Ken's line. It's 100%.
Yeah.
But, I can't. I'm still waiting for that merch to come out. For
yes,
you,
I got it. Yeah,
I
need to do that.
But
yes.
Like I threw Nocturne in like C5. And C5 felt pretty good actually, because it's what it needed. It needed movement. So now Miles got cheaper, easier on command without having to worry about waiting on something low to use your Polaris or risking the RNG of potentially getting the Spider-Man to work. Like, you didn't have to do that. It felt very natural and organic. And it brought C5 the location control card that it needed desperately.
Right.
So it felt good. Not great, just good. I think that in that shell, it was all right. In standard move, it was just kind of meh, but Surfer, it definitely
works.
I really think that it actually shined most in Surfer.
Right.
Which means there is something more to this card, and give it time. It won't be in Surfer. It'll be in some other deck. It'll be in some other good cards deck. It'll be something of those natures that makes Nocturne absolutely broken. But the biggest thing that I want to see is if Second Dinner looks at what happens with Nocturne as kind of a litmus test to decide if they're going to buff Spider-Man 2099. Because her having this multiple movability with multiple locations, is that too broken? And could we afford to bring that multiple destroy element to Spider-Man 2099? Because they're worried about it being overtuned.
Right.
But if Nocturne doesn't overbreak it, I think that they could do the same thing to Spider-Man 2099, make them a 4 cost.
Phoenix Force run all over the place. They run rampant. Let Spider-Man do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a great call. I mean, I definitely did see move Nocturne, and you could spider or ghost spider her back to another location that turns that one off as well. Yeah, I mean, I always wanted that for Spider-Man 2099. I think it's a great card, especially if you put it with a Hercules package, right? You move it over there, destroy the card, Hercules sends that shit back, destroy another card. I think that would be cool, but I don't know, because of the stats, maybe, like you said, lower the stats on Spider-Man 2099, and then probably they can think about it. But you know what I did not try Nocturne with is probably Elsa. I think that might be something cool too to think about as well. Give her that buff and power. But nonetheless, What rating are we giving it? Guess you go first.
This was tough because I feel like in time this will become a platinum card, but at the moment it's a gold card.
Yeah,
it's a we all need more time. This could be a cannonball situation where the week after, all of a sudden, someone finds the breaking combo, and we go, "Oh, that's what we should have done last week."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
one of those. About you?
I shitted on Cannonball, and then later on learned to love it. So it was like, I was like this cringy a little bit on my take on Cannonball before, but that's how it is when you get to know the card and somebody makes like a cracked list or something. Then it really breaks out, and then you can really get a fair assessment of the card. I'm gonna agree with Gas. This is gold until it's not. This is gold until somebody cracks it. But she is dangerous. She is dangerous. She can change shit. You know what I mean? Like she works well. The power and the cost, good for curb. The power and the cost are balanced to me.
Okay,
I love it, man. I love anything that goes into Surfer. So I'm good.
Yeah, from somebody who loves Surfer, don't play it, so I don't want to hear it from you. Nonetheless,
because they need to put it back to +3, man. They need to bring Surfer back, guys. It works in this meta. Bring my boy back. Y'all procking up to crazy numbers. I see millions out there.
Surfer is still good without
my boy. Surfer can't get his +3. Okay. This is ridiculous. Fine.
Listen, I think this card is a silver, and I think it might stay in that realm. I think so. Listen, let me tell you why. I think she's good in Cerebral 3 because instead of having to worry about using Rhino Cerebral 5 using Rhino or anything, change locations, she can do that for you. And it definitely works with Miles, so I think that's all good. But I think that's it. I don't think we're going to see her do anything else, especially that's meta changing. I think she's just going to be that type of card where you see it mostly in Cerebral 5, or if somebody wants to play Limbo and kind of play chicken with it. I think that's about it. I think just the reason why she isn't played or talk about as much now. I mean, you didn't even play the card yet. So
I played. I just didn't get to really sink my teeth into it.
Same difference. I'm definitely gonna give it a silver.
Same difference.
I don't know.
6 of one, 12 of the other.
Yeah. I just think it's a silver for now for me. Anyway. And then, of course, coming up next is another Series 5 card, which is, of course, Sage. On reveal +2 power for each different power among all other cards here. Guess you're going first. Break it down what you think about this card and if this is replacing or helping Miss Marvel.
Well, I'm not sure, because here's the thing. Like, as much as I think Nocturne is going to be the cannonball situation of it's going to take us a little while to figure it out, and then it'll be like too late, it'll be out of spotlights. I think Sage scares me because there's a very good chance that Sage actually could end up being the best card of the month. There's a chance.
Impressive.
Because there are synergies that can make Sage incredibly powerful for incredibly cheap. First off, she's a 3/0. So she could already get discounted by your girl Ravone, who I know you're happy about. That's scary thing number one.
Yep.
Scary thing number two. You get to control half of it. So you control her getting to 3/6. You can technically control all of it with a hell of a lot of good RNG, with like sending over a bunch of stuff. But I think that junk decks are going to love Sage very much so, because you're sending over Hood, you're sending over Goblin. Those are unique costs. Unique powers. You're not going to find multiples of those. Therefore, Sage's value, she could solo that lane just by sending over a Goblin and a Hood. A Goblin and a Hobgoblin. There you go. Put her with a couple extra cards.
And nobody negates each other. So
exactly right. They're not going to interfere with each other. Widow's Bites, you can send that on. It's going to be an interference stacker for very, very cheap. But outside of that, she's an easily programmable 3/6, which is really, really stacked.
Really good either way. Yeah.
And I think that there's very much so this Hit Monkey style feel about her, but now with junk. And that's the scariest thing of all, because it's a card that can solo a lane because of junk. And that's We already have tall cards.
We got problems with junk
like
now.
Nihilus. Yeah, exactly. Now you've got this.
Shit.
That's your right lane card right there. You just need Sage, and that's it. Just right lane.
That's a problem. Yep, with the Void, the Hood, the Goblin. Jeez Louise, that's gonna be a powerful card.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
Rocks.
I hate junk as it is.
Widow's thing.
The other one, right? And the White Widow, the White Widow
one. Yeah,
White Kiss. That one. The Kiss, White Kiss.
Yeah, Widow's Kiss.
Widow's Kiss.
Widow's Kiss.
Voila. Widow's Kiss.
Voila.
Come on, guys! You guys don't play the game. Come on.
All right, what's your take on Sage, really?
You're the one who didn't play Nocturne.
I played Nocturne. I just didn't get to sync. Like I played one or two
We're gonna keep saying same difference. Continue. Sage.
Oh.
Sage. I think Sage is cool. I'm not a big fan of anything really complicated. Even though she doesn't look like she's gonna be too complicated, it just looks like a lot of work to really put in for her. I'm not too into it. I'm not into it. It's just my opinion.
You thought the same thing about Miss Marvel, and then look what happened. So I mean,
I didn't think the same about Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, the original Miss Marvel, was really good. Okay. The one where you only had to have one card in each lane, that was dope. Now you have to have two, of different, obviously. Now you have to have two. That's crazy, but she's still an awesome card. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sage. I don't know if I'm gonna even though what Guest said about the junk decks, that's crazy. I like that idea. That's really
Can I break your brain again though?
Yeah, break my brain.
Mr. Surfer. Mr. Surfer.
Okay, cool. Put me on.
Yeah.
So obviously Sage is a 3 cost, right?
Right.
So what's the best Surfer deck out there?
That would be that toxic one that was out not too long ago.
Yeah, cool. What cards also get run into there that could make Sage as an on reveal go crazy?
Yeah, come on now. That's what I'm thinking about, but I'll let him go ahead. Come on, you know this.
I smell something burning.
No. Let's hold on. Wait. Let's tell him. This is your boy. Smooth Op wanted this so badly.
Wong?
What do you hold? There
you go. Okay. Yes.
So Wong.
Oh my God, that sounds so bad. That sounds so bad.
You knew what I meant when I said
that sounds so bad.
We're gonna move past. We're gonna move past the smooth Wongs. Okay, we're gonna move past this.
Okay,
because this is a family fucking friendly podcast. So,
yes.
We are. Not only are we worried about Wong with Sage, also Odin.
Okay.
Because it's gonna re-trigger
a
whole stack again.
Right.
So Sage plus 1 card in each side, even if it's just your opponent puts down let's say an Ebony Maw, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Ebony Maw, you put down Sage, and then you put in Odin on top of it. That's it. That's only that in the entire thing. That's gonna shoot Sage up insanely high fast.
That's dope.
And that's like 1 card. Like Sage is, that's what I'm saying.
So,
she's scary.
Yes.
I like that.
And to add to that, my take on her, I'm thinking about putting her in a negative deck with the likes of Zola, Wong, and everything else, right? So just like you said, Wong, Mystique, her, right? Or just Wong, Mystique, and yeah, we have Zola in there as well, right? If Zola Sage is across the board and she's already at a high power, just imagine that, right? So that's what my head was thinking. Definitely make it a 0-3. We got Ravonna, so we don't, we have so many things you could do with Sage, and yes, she's gonna become scary. She's definitely a last turn or 5-6 turn play, so you don't have to worry about getting Shang-Chi'd. I mean, it's gonna be something. I can't wait to see how powerful she gets. And that Odin play,
to jump off the bridge right off the gate. I like to see when the card is played, how it goes. So I am a little reserved in my judgment.
That's fine.
But from the jump off, I'm not too crazy about it. But Guess, thank you so much. You have enlightened me some.
There you go. So now from the top, I'll do it from the top. I'm definitely going to give this card a gold rating for now. I think it definitely is going to be a great card. Definitely work with a lot of synergy. So she definitely gets the gold on my end. Sino?
Silver.
Silver. All right, you on that lower level. Okay, Guess. You think it's going to be the best?
I'm going to take my chance here. I'm going to swing for the fences and say that even though I was least hyped for this card coming into the season, the more and more we sit on the synergies, I think this ends up being a platinum.
Platinum. All right. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens when it comes out. We're gonna pull the same clip back and see how Sino feels for calling it silver and how Guest feels about calling it platinum. All right.
Let's do it. I love
Next on the list, Namora. On reveal, give +5 power to each of your cards alone at any other location. Another location. We'll start with myself. I think Namora is a great card, a great team up with Namor. With Namor.
Namor.
Yeah, Namor.
Accents on the wrong syllable.
Exactly. The wrong chicka over the R. Here we go. Namor. Namor, right? Namor.
Oh my God, I'm done with
that other card.
Namor.
Yes, so that card.
Someone had too much alcohol for dinner.
Nah. That card. I think that card and this card would definitely work well together, especially Orca. You guys seen the video. Yes. I think it's gonna be a cool combination. I mean, putting this in the lane with, in any lane, and of course having that one big card that everybody hates right now, Red Hulk in another lane, and Taskmaster after that would be pretty crazy. So ramp up, get this card down, get Red Hulk down, and of course Taskmaster in another lane. I think would be pretty awesome. So that's how I feel about Namora. Sino, how you feel about it?
I think you hit it right on the head. Works well with Orca. Any one card that can stand alone. I like Blob. I like Red Hulk. Definitely get those buffs. I like the 5/6. The 5/6 is dope. I knew they weren't going to give us another 5/7. That shit was out the window. Yeah, I just think she's a really good buff for one of your cards that are standing alone when you're trying to win a lane out right there. You just stack her in with the rest of your cards, and then boom, drop one card in one lane and get that buff. I like her.
All right. Guess.
This is my lowest hype card season. I think that there will be some fun, cheeky things that you can do because, there's the Exodia build, which is you put down Colossus in one lane, Cosmo in another. You put down Ms. Marvel in the mid, then you put Namora in the mid, then you put Dr. Doom, maybe Odin. Either like you're just getting all of this extra power and reinforcing it and stacking it up. But I think the only deck that I've been able to think of outside of what we'll call the Exodia build, because let's be honest, Namora's not going to work with Namor or Orca, because Orca's never coming down before Namor. That's problem number one.
That's true.
Okay. Number two, the fact that this is an on reveal for +5, that means at 5 cost, you're leaving a lane with only one card in it. For 5 turns. Like, have you seen Junk? Like, it's just everywhere, and there's still interference everywhere.
That kills that whole shit right there.
The week that this comes out, that's when Junk will be continued to be played because of the card we also just spoke about too. So between Sage and Namora, back to back, like Namora is going to end up getting the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
Now
everyone's going to keep playing Junk.
Let me understand this a little bit. So this is on reveal. Doesn't mean if somebody then add a card in that lane, that card is not going to lose its additional 5 because the on reveal triggered
it's not
already.
An ongoing. So, as long as it's solo, it's +5.
Yeah.
No, it's just like trigger it on.
So then I think the best play or the best thing to think about here is probably ramping out Professor X early in the lane by himself, dropping this for it, and then of course have Jeff to go in there if you need to get the reinforcements. I mean, a 6. I mean, maybe not enough power to have a 6, 5.
You're trying
5,
too
6.
hard.
Yeah.
You're trying way too hard.
100%.
I was thinking about it too. It was like so hard.
Because claw exists. Like there's no reason to do all of that. But I'm gonna throw one idea at you, Ken, because it's for you. Because I think that there is a small chance, a small chance that Namora actually ends up in a Black Knight deck.
Yeah,
because
makes sense.
Black Knight deck likes to hold on to Ebony Maw, where it never feels good playing him alone early in solo. But when you have War Machine, you have that flexibility, of course. So that style of deck, this does play well into. And the Ebony Blade can't have its power reduced or be destroyed. So if Namora adds on to that Ebony Blade that's sitting solo, it can't be destroyed, and now you can make it also 5 more power.
Right.
So you don't necessarily have to hit your Infinite. You could hit, something that's just 10 power, 9 power, 3 power. It doesn't matter. And now you're getting plus 5. Yeah. There you go. Right. So I think that there's a Black Knight deck for Nomura somewhere out there. I don't know where, but I think that, once we take our time and actually sit down and build it, it's the only synergy to me that actually makes some kind of competitive sense, rather than hoping for Exodia to actually make the big mega open moment happen.
That's fair. All right. So with that being said, I guess you're giving it a silver.
Yeah, it's just a silver. It's not plastic. I feel like there's going to be some use cases for it, because even if she only hits 1 card, that makes her total power output 511, which is still above rate. So I think that she deserves a silver, but to get it to hit on 2 lanes and get the full 516 out of her is not very
ideal. That's fair. Sino?
I agree with Guess. I'm gonna go silver. I'm gonna take his lead on this one.
Okay, that's fair.
Just because the 5 cost is just too much, in my opinion. Even when I was trying to give my explanation, I'm thinking in my head like, damn, like 5 though. Like, but it is tough. Maybe a 4 works better.
I think she was nerfed when she got to 5-6. She was better as a 5-5 because you could have put her in Cerebro 5.
Yeah.
And made Cerebro in one lane, Mystique in the other lane, and then Nomura in the
strong
mid.
as well. But you won't want. Oh yeah, you get the 5 for both of them. That makes sense. That is fair. I'm gonna give this card a. I think. I give it a silver as well. I was trying to figure out if we give it a silver or double plastic. It's very interesting. I mean, I do like it, but yeah, I agree. It's not going to be. We're going to be trying too hard to do a lot of crazy things with it.
Move on.
Now we have Sasquatch, which is cost 1 less for each card you played last turn.
I like that. Oof.
Yeah, this card is going to be one hell of a problem. But that's pretty good. So yeah, I definitely really see things with Black Swan and those 1 cost or Beast. And oh man. All right. So we'll start it off with, of course, Sino. How you feel about Sasquatch? What's your take?
I like this right here. It's a little Sarah shenanigans, some Beast bounce shenanigans. This is gonna be really good. I like this. A lot of some hit monkey in there. I even see a little hybrid. You can see it brings down Scar's cost also.
Right.
So that's really good. You have Call Obsidian Scar. You know what I mean? Like you can work that in, and then have Sasquatch come down, have a little She-Hulk shenanigans. I like this card. I think it's gonna be nerfed. But I like it a lot.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Guess how you feel about it.
I am in the exact same mindset. I think this card eventually does get because of 1 card in particular that you did not mention, and that's Mysterio.
Yeah, because once you say Mysterio, that's
down
3
on turn 2.
Yeah.
On
that was covered in the bounce shenanigans. That was in there.
Yeah. Oh, in that. Because, I mean, we're already hearing people be getting scared of this, because you could go Squirrel Girl on 1, Mysterio on 2, and drop both Mockingbird and Sasquatch on 3.
Mockingbird, let's go.
And you still have time to get your Kyera out
to protect
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Because you could also play Scar on 4.
Yep.
Like, that's what we're saying. You were leading towards it. I was like,
I was getting it.
You are in the right realm. Like, this is a scary card for that aspect. And I'm surprised that this doesn't have the Loki, the Quinjet, minimum 1 type thing to it, because granted, very rare you can play 6 cards on 1 turn followed by another turn, but potential on it is insanely high. And I think the fact that it's Shang-Chiable is the only reason that it's at 610, because its stats are that good that yes, you play risk by getting it out early, but by making it a 610, I think you actually end up making this a problem, because you should have it be a 510 minimum 1. And I think that eventually comes to Sasquatch, because I already see this card being an issue, and this was my number 1 card coming into the season. It is just stupid.
Do you think Mobius is played when this comes out? I think Mobius 100%. Stock goes up a whole lot when this comes out.
Mobius' stock has never really fallen.
Right.
He's still good. Like, he's still... people fell off him a little bit just because Thanos went down, which means less people were playing Mockingbird stuff. So you just saw Mobius kind of take a little bit of a backseat. But the week that Sasquatch comes out, everyone should be running Mobius. Absolutely.
All the fun police, Jimmy.
The fun police,
the fun police. But no, I agree with you guys both. I mean, this card is going to be bananas. To get this card to a 0-10 doesn't make sense to me, but it could be that, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I think you might need to save this for the last turn because it's Shang-Chi. Oh, no, if you got Kyra out there, nonetheless, it's definitely a Shang-Chi bait. It is a Shang-Chi bait, but yes, with Kyra on the field, that just cheats and make this card even unstoppable. I don't know. And again, it could be all the way down to 0. Guys, this card is phenomenal. Yeah, this card is definitely going to get a platinum out of me. That's how I feel about it. Sino, how you feel about this card? What's the rating?
Platinum.
I guess.
My diamond of the month.
Diamond? Yeah. Diamond. Ooh, I wanted to say diamond. I don't want to overshoot it. I don't want to overshoot it.
Gotta get one.
We have learned from Cull Obsidian. We have learned from Mockingbird. We have learned from Red Hulk. Big numbers do well. And now for cheap, I don't care about Mobius. This thing does well.
Right.
Yep. That's fair. That is fair. All right. So again, we have the dates when these cards will be coming out. So of course, cannot wait for this card. CY is the last card of the month. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm about to say, damn, they're gonna make us wait for this. They're gonna
second dinner really need to consider some Series 4 drops. I mean, if we had to look at these cards, Nomura should be a 4, and Nocturne should have been a 4. Nonetheless, let's go on to the spotlight caches. You guys see here. If you guys do not have Kyra or Celine, here's your time to
get that shit off the screen. Get that creepy ass
like Celine. You like the
Celine? It's Mona Lisa.
She looks like she has had the life sucked out of her
and
then put onto a postage stamp.
Hey,
she is a scary variant in an uncomfortable way. I am not. I am just move. Just scroll down.
Next month, I'm pumped. This is a creepy ass Legion, but this tribunal is bananas. Ink Pulp doesn't play. Yeah, I think it's cool. I do like it.
I think it's good. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think if it's great.
No, it's cool. Yeah. Didn't say yeah. This Legion though, that's fucking crazy.
That's great. I like that.
Then of course we just spoke about Scar. You guys need to get Scar for sure. Great card. Black Knight, my favorite, one of my favorite cards in the game. This variant looks phenomenal. Still nothing beats the variant that came out last time.
Our variant's better.
Looks good too, to be honest. But yeah, it just yep, there is that combo right there. And of course, ooh, look at this Sasquatch right here. This looks great. Havoc finally be getting the Hellfire Gala variant, and look at this Ravona. Love it. Cannot wait. These definitely try to get these cards. These are some great cards, especially Havoc as well. Then we have some brand new locations coming out. Cards that start here in your deck get plus.
Oh, no. You're trying to say that name. I saw you skip that.
I'm not saying that. You want me to say it?
No.
Pano Pitchhorn.
Go ahead.
I said it. Pano Pitchhorn. PWROn. There you go. PWROn. Pano Pitchhorn.
PanoPTICHRON.
Pano Pitchhorn. Picrin?
You ever hear of a pterodactyl?
That's fair. Okay.
There you go.
I was gonna say Strawn too. So teach me.
It's Ron. Right here's RON. That's how I looked at it. But I guess this right here is not IT. So we get it. It's TI.
All right. So for people who can't say it, guys, again, how does it pronounce?
Panopticron.
So the P is silent, guys. All right. So it's not Panop. Tikron, all right?
Panopticron.
It's Panopticron.
You get there. You get it.
Yeah, Panopticron. Nonetheless,
cards that didn't over and over. We're gonna sign off it's gonna Panopticron.
Gets cards that didn't start in your deck get +2 power. It's very interesting. Phenomenal with, of course, Thanos and everything else that doesn't start in your card list. Just like its name, I don't really care about this location and its ability. Cancun, however, love Cancun. Power here doesn't count towards winning the game. Intriguing. So all that big power we spoke about, don't put on this location because it doesn't count to winning the game. But it might still count if you need tiebreakers, I would assume. Then we have brand new albums coming out that came out already as of this recording. Phenomenal album. Highly recommend getting this. I'm going to let Guest break it down. I was lurking in his stream this morning, and he broke down why this is a phenomenal album, especially for those who are free to play and those who aren't. Guest, please break it down again. Let the people know why this album is the best album Marvel Snap has ever put out since the inception of albums.
So the Dan Hip Move Your Hips album has several things going for it that Second Dinner has never done before. Number one, it's put the emote not as the ultimate prize. So you only need 9 out of the 12 to get the emote, which is great considering that in this list of cards, you do have Hercules, you do have Meek, you do have War Machine. So you do have some Series 4 and 5 options that you might not have gotten previously, but you still have a chance to get the emote, and now you only need it at 9 pieces. The second thing is that the ultimate prize in this is a Series 5 card. And if you've ever seen people get bundles before when they don't have the card, yeah, you can do that. You can get Werewolf by Night without having to get Werewolf by Night. You can get the variant, the Dan Hip variant, which is the ultimate prize here. So if you've invested into Hercules, Meek, and War Machine, guess what? You got a free Werewolf by Night in the process. So this is like a buy 3, get 1 free. Well, not free, you know, but buy 3, get 1 type situation when it comes to your Series 4 and 5 cards, because you have another way to unlock the card, which Second Dinner has never done before. And when you remove the value of the emote and you remove the value of the 1,000 credits that are also in the album, you're left with the Avatar and a Werewolf by Night that only end up costing less than 4,000 gold. And as a free-to-play player, that value ends up being tremendous because it's 800 gold, which is 1,000 credits, and it's 2,200 gold, which is an emote. So the actual value of the card for a Series 5 card is the cheapest, Series 4 or 5 card is the cheapest it's ever been. And this is something new that Second Dinner has done. And I don't think it should be slept on because Hercules someday will be a decent card. War Machine's already a pretty good card, not meta breaking. And Meek is defining how important it is to have in discard decks. So it's eventually a worthwhile investment on those variants because you also end up getting a Werewolf by Night. And it is a really, really solid album for that reason. And I don't want it to go amiss because I don't think enough people are talking about the fact that you can actually unlock a card via variants, which is new.
Agreed. And don't forget, these are also 700 gold variants. So you're either going to get them through your caches or somewhere else. You don't have to really spend the gold for it. So I think this is huge. I definitely agree with everything Guest says. And just want to touch on that album because Guest definitely explained it as flawless as he did. So all my free-to-play players and all my Sino haters who always give me shit because I love albums and I think they're fine. And if you don't want it, don't put money into it. This is a great
haters, not Sino haters.
Yeah, fine. Super Tech haters. I think this is a great, like you said, great value for the free-to-play players. So I hope you guys are going to Reddit, going to Twitter, going on the Discords, and praising Second Dinner for this album.
Oh shit! Oh, okay, my bad.
I thought I had some spicy takes, but like, easy. You do know it's the internet, right?
You know, but I'm just saying they go to those places. They go to Reddit, they go to Twitter, they go to Discord, and they blast Second Dinner for everything else, right? Putting ultimates in albums and all that. And I told you guys, Second Dinner listens, and now they went and did this for you guys. I don't hear anybody praising them. Like I said, this is the first time I heard any good thing about this album was from Guest Gaming. So I need to see those tweets now. I need to see those Reddits. I need somebody to go on there and say how much they respect Second Dinner for that Werewolf by Night.
Nah, they're gonna get on Twitter and be like, "You hear that crazy ass man? talking all the good things about an album. They brought on this new host, and it's just like it is just awful, dude. Like he thinks that the PNGs are worth it.
Oh man.
Now, I'm just glad Tech kept that same energy. There you go, bro. Keep that same energy for the free-to-play players that you do offline.
Listen,
all right,
I love them. You know I love them.
For the free-to-play players,
I just need to. I need them to keep the same energy and show love when they need to show love. That's all I ask.
You know
just show love when you need to show love.
I just got the alert that you made second dinner employee 13 months in a row. They just hit me. Like you're 13 months. Let's go. 13 months, baby.
I'm done.
It's a nice newsletter. It's an awful headshot of you, but it's a nice newsletter. It's a good read.
Got it. See,
I'm done.
Yeah, it marks important in my inbox.
We got Rian Gonzalez shop takeover.
Oh,
pretty awesome looking variants. It's gonna be pretty good. Definitely love these chibis. This Wolverine chibi looks good.
Definitely delivers.
Look
at that Wolverine. That's fire.
And this sunspot is amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't
That's
wait
awesome.
Sunspot.
I think certain variants need a little bit more love. Like I think we got like 100 sunspots, 100 nulls. Like I think certain variants aren't getting enough love. Like maybe different variants who don't have 9 different variants out already get a little love.
All right, definitely let second dinner now.
Yeah, thank you. We know you. We know you. You were never tight. Yeah, you got the ear.
Yeah. So X-Men 97 Twitch drops. If you guys haven't been checking out Twitch, getting those drops, definitely check out Guest when he's streaming. Myself and Sino. This past Tuesday when it came out, one of the best nights we had. All 3 of us over almost 1,200 viewers enjoying the wonderful Twitch drops.
It was more than that, I believe, because I had 2.
Yeah. I had 2,000 at 1.2, but I'm saying that we kept after everything.
Oh yeah,
I think it was close around that number. Yes. And I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us in PWROn Gaming. All the PWROn Gaming members, you guys showed us awesome love during our marathon, which we'll get to shortly.
Yes, we will.
You guys also been showing us love during the Twitch drops, and we appreciate it. These variants are pretty cool. Guest did make his own, and guess, look, it was kind of close to it. Sinister and Bishop side by side versus one back. But, it was cool. I do, listen, you definitely do your thing when it comes to it. All right, so that's basically it for the new season. Thank you guys for listening. We do want to dive into, of course, today's wonderful patch. We're going to dive right through it. We're not going to get too crazy and talk too much on it, but we're going to go through it real quick and give our quick takes on it. I know you guys have been listening for a wonderful amount of time. Starting with, of course, Lady Deathstrike. I actually started playing Lady Deathstrike last season at her 5'7". Did not like the fact it has to be 3 or less. I do wish they kept it where if it's less than her, it'd be destroyed. And they could have made her a 5'6" or 5'5". I would have been happy with that. Now you bring it down to a 5'6", but still keep the old honor veil. Not too happy about it. Not too happy about it. Guess, how do you feel about this change, this nerf?
I mean, I threw her into Cerebro 6.
You got a Cerebro for everything, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do.
Recently, I do. Yeah, but no, I just. Because in a very weird way, I was like, you know what? Let's start theory crafting. Let's just have some fun, and we're just messing around. Because the good thing with like Cerebro 5 and 6 and anything higher, as you start getting memeier and you get higher and higher and higher, it actually you only need Cerebro. You don't need Mystique. You don't need the Blue Marvel. It's just Cerebro, because 24 power by filling up a lane is still pretty decent, and 18 power for 3 cards is still pretty decent. So I was like, all right, let's like really think it through. And then as we started doing it, we realized actually there's something here. And we didn't even use one synergy in particular, but like you think of the hood, it gives you the demon. Okay, so Lady Deathstrike can destroy that. The hood. The
-3.
Right? It also can destroy Bucky Barnes, which gives you the Winter Soldier. That's another 6. If either of those don't happen, you can get a Carnage. Okay, so just destroy 2 things. Got it. And then there's Nico too. She can destroy. Oh, she can also make a demon. That's a 6. Okay. And then it just started getting, oh, wait, you have a hood, right? Well, can we Annihilus it over? Oh, that's a 6 too. Like it started to organically flow. And I ran the deck. It was about a 50% win rate. It was breaking even, but we didn't even include Nimrod. And we probably could.
Right.
Like
That's
it was
another six. Yeah, yeah.
surprisingly like there might actually be something here. Not a lot, but there might be something. And
Mystery, bro.
otherwise, outside of that, like little nuanced variation,
Okay.
just, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Just shave it off.
Yeah. What about you, Sino?
I hate whenever they nerf cards. So whenever they nerf power, it pisses me off personally. I don't think, and like I said earlier, they do not let that 5/7 slide most often. So, like I said, they might change. I forgot what. Yeah, blink down to a 5/6. Yeah, I think they really hurt Lady Deathstrike already with her previous change. So I haven't played much Lady Deathstrike just because of that. But yeah, I'm not too crazy about it.
All right, fair enough. I'm with you on that. So Darkhawk, which was definitely the saddest day when it got increased in cost, is now a 5/4. Well, was currently a 5/4. Now a 5/3. Giving that nerf to it, I don't understand what the problem is. Why so much hate for Darkhawk? They already killed Zabu, so why even worry about this card?
Board already.
But nonetheless, yeah,
it was the winningest card in all of Marvel Snap.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that, but
quote unquote Glenn Jones. You got the in. You talked to Glenn.
I gotta ask Glenn about this because I'm very intrigued. Because to me, really, this was the most winningest card last season.
Yeah,
intriguing.
No, last week in particular, we were just talking about. But
last week.
Yeah, that's not why it changed. Obviously, these changes are talked about
prior,
right. But he made it very clear that Darkhawk has always ended up in the top 5, even as a 5/4. It's still an incredibly powerful card for
it is.
the middle game, the mid-range, the average player. It's still an incredibly powerful card.
All right, well, listen, 5/3. Let's see what happens. I don't think people are gonna stop playing it less. I think now I'm just more
Darkhawk.
I'm now
they butchered my Darkhawk. This is ridiculous.
I now think we should just play it in a negative deck and make it a 3/5 to me. That's how I feel about it. Nonetheless.
You remember when it used to be a 4/0?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
now make it a 3/5 and see how it goes from there. All right. So anybody's take, how you guys feel about it?
About Darkhawk? Okay. They butchered my boy Darkhawk. I hate this shit.
It is what it is. He's still gonna be a powerful card. All right.
He's just
we'll see.
Yeah, it's like now he's something to ignore almost.
All right, fair enough. And then of course we have the one and only Leech. Now this is a huge change, one of the biggest change in this wonderful patch. I think it being a 4/2 is going to be a problem. I don't know what happened. Sino always says to me, he thinks second dinner is toxic. I'm like, no way, man. They're not toxic. They make these changes to help the game. Now, I listen to myself and I look at this change and I go, wow. Who asked for Leech to be buffed? Somebody tell me. Is anyone? You mention anyone that asked for this, I will keep my mouth shut right now. But I think no one. You asked for it to be buffed.
Yes. I called this exact change when they
boo that man.
Let's hear what you have to say.
When they changed Leech to his former iteration at 5/3 on field, I am on record saying this ability at this cost and this power makes no sense. He should be a 4/2. And I asked for this change because you can blame me because I'm not the reason, but you can blame me just because you like to blame people. Whatever. I'll take the blame, but as a control card and as a tech card, they need to be cheaper. 5 cost made absolutely no sense. So if you're gonna have this mechanic on there and you're gonna limit it to being on reveals only, you've got Enchantress focusing on ongoing, got Rogue focusing on ongoings. But it's one lane, Cosmo, one lane. You get the idea.
Yeah.
If you're going to have this mechanic on Leech and it's going to affect your hand, you have to treat the hand like a lane. And it has to hit a limited amount of cards, which means at highest it should be a 4 cost. Okay. And it makes total sense for what it is. The thing is the timing of this. The fact that Blink premieres this which is looking for these 4-cost cards with low power like Jubilee and now Leech, and gives a great combo to say, here, let me go ahead and leech this out, swap that back into the deck, and then pull out something else instead and upgrade that. That's the thing that I don't like, is that the timing of it this week is off. Yeah, and you could pull Leech again, which doesn't really do much of anything comparatively, but you could. And it might hit one more card, but you wouldn't want to do that on turn 5. You want to use it on turn 4, get it out, call it a day.
And then start hitting.
And I know that it's going to eventually become annoying as hell, but it's going to be the popular thing right now this week. Now that Blink is premiered, people are going to throw it in with those Jubilee decks. They're going to throw it in with Blink because it makes total sense. For me, I'm most scared of the fact that it actually, that won't end up being its final home. This will become a staple in Sino. Go ahead, give me as much crap about it as you want. I sent in our little group chat in Discord, I just sent you a screenshot of what I've been playing on and off stream today. It's Cerebro 2.
Cerebro 2.
And in Infinite, I am running an average of a cube a game. 28 games, 28 cubes up.
That's
and
great numbers.
Cerebro 2 with Leech on curve on turn 4 is such a good control card. Just like how you saw like Negasonic Teenage Warhead kind of make a little bit of an appearance in Cerebro decks. Like Leech is that super control card because it's undoing junk. It's undoing Hella. It's a very
killing your closing. It's killing your closing turn, right? And not only that, if you're holding counters in your hand until you know to surprise you with at the last turn, Rogue, Enchantress, they're getting hit by that Leech. It's a wrap for them. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, exactly. At 4 cost, this is doing exactly what Leech should be doing for those hand mechanics to ruin turn 5, because ruining turn 6 was not an issue because we had Corvus Glaive ramping out Hella on turn 5. So people stopped caring about Leech. And it's too late for Century Annihilist, so it makes no sense either. This makes a lot of sense in this current metagame, and do not be surprised to see a lot more Leech in a lot more decks.
And it's Shadow King in here too, which is even more mean. It's just mean all around.
This Cerebro 2 deck is stupid. We built this like theory crafting it on stream. It's Nico, Nightcrawler, Goose, Mr. Sinister, Psylocke, who also we'll talk about next on the list, I think. Shadow King, Cerebro, Mystique, Brood, Storm, Leech, Blue Marvel. And it is so flexible, so easy to hold people in on, especially in this current ramping meta with Goose. Ooh, it's fun. Lock it out with Storm, lock it down with Goose. Like it is a mean list right now.
I think at that point then Supergiant needs to get a buff and go down to a 3 cost. Because Supergiant's main goal, one of his goals were to be able to stop Leech on turn 5, right?
Right.
So now that Leech is a 4, Supergiant does nothing to Leech.
Right.
Now, why not
a 3 so you can play before Leech?
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. And I think Supergiant 3 costs. 3, I don't know, whatever we want to give it as power. I just think at this point it should have been a 3 even before Leech to me, because I think at least it's in the middle of the 6 turns. You're making it a 4 cost. You're only stopping the Sarahs and everything else that comes out on 5, even the Annihilus, or in that point it was Leech at that time. Now with Leech being a 4 cost, the only thing Supergiant is good for is hiding your Taskmaster or your ramped up Hella.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I got to sit and marinate on it.
All right. You do that. Think about it.
I will.
Because now there's nothing to stop Leech.
I'll call you in the morning.
Yeah, nothing to stop Leech.
Hey, just play Cosmo. You'll be all right.
All that.
Simple.
All that.
Just play Cosmo, bro. You'll be good.
Psylocke going back to a +2 power. I think why even make her a 1 at that time? But whatever.
That was crazy.
Sauron Sauron back to a 3/3. Why even make him a 3/2 to begin with?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Paying the sins for Shuri.
It made no sense.
There it goes. And then of course, one of the biggest change again of this wonderful patch
this was good.
is giving +4 additional +2 to the one and only claw. This is phenomenal, guys. I mean, this is giving 16 power on an onslaught, right? The ongoing
shenanigans that
this is a very great. I love this change. I'm very happy for it. This brings claw back in some type of meta that we haven't seen claw in a long time. So back to you, guess claw. You like this change? I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you a story about this change. So, thank you to Second Dinner for allowing me to be a part of the creator community and be, a part of, like, when we get the OTA notes to get ready for content or whatever, sometimes we get the information a little bit ahead of time to prepare content. And we found out about this specific change. And I said, Claw Onslaught is going to be a 520. And that's wild. And I was live while having this conversation in the chat. So I'm like in and out, and I'm like kind of focused, not really, because think about it. You've got 5/4 adding +8 to a lane. And if you onslaught that +8, well, that's adding another 8. So 4 and 8 and 8 is 20. That's like where my brain is. But I wrote in Claw Onslaught is a 520. And God bless him. Glenn comes on in with hands down one of the best Glenn quotes and comebacks we have had yet in our chats. Like, even Lauren Whatevs was like, this might be my favorite one yet, where he simply goes, and I quote, I get you guys do weird math sometimes, but there's no world where this equation makes sense. Smiley face. Just straight up saying, you're so wrong.
Right.
Let me jab you and poke at you. But then it ended up, because it's like, you have to play Onslaught is his point. I'm like, yes, I know, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, it's just the hysteria of like, and then we go into the full conversation. He's like, yes, you have to play Onslaught, so sure, it's a 527, whatever. But it shows the relationship that he has and that Second Dinner in general has with us creators, where we can talk about these things, and now there's certain levels of comfort too, where which audience you can poke at, which one you can't, because we're still people and it's fun and funny. But like, I gotta give Glenn a bunch of like props and shit all at the same time, because like, God damn it, that was such a good comeback, and I was the butt of the joke.
Right. Yeah.
I just read it in my head with so much disdain and sarcasm. Like, that sounds like me. What the hell? Like,
you got outguessed. I got
outguessed. I got outguessed. That is 100%. Tough to do.
100%.
But I like the claw change, I will say.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy for it. Sino, how you feel about it?
Claw's dope. Like I said, some Onslaught shenanigans, maybe a little Miss Marvel. I think Professor X stock never really kind of went down a little bit, but never really kind of went down. Still around, and I think he will be still seeing him around, because now Jeff, Miss Marvel, Professor X, you know what I mean? I just like that combination. I think that's dope. I can't wait to play it again. And thank God they did that to Claw. Yes, let's go.
Yes, shout out to the trucks blowing their horns at 11:23.
You gotta live on the upper
PM.
Floor.
This is, my daughter wakes up, I'm gonna go bananas. All right, nonetheless, let's get back to the program. So Ultron.
He is just excited that Ultron's drones are now.
Now one more. They got 2 now.
Right? So
excited.
Excited.
Transformer.
Shout out to Ultron. I think Ultron gets some play now in Patriot decks and Khazar and a combo of both. But everybody forgets there's one card out there that really exists to really upset Ultron players, and that's one card is called Killmonger. But if you have a smart Ultron card list, you're running Kyra. So shout out to this awesome change. I think it's great. I love when Second Dinner do this by putting special cards out there and giving them some type of love. Not too much, but just enough to make you go, you know what? I want to try this now. And up until this change, I didn't really care to play Ultron. But now I definitely want to do it with just 1 power additional. Guess how you feel about this?
I like the change. I think it's, it'll bring back the testing of, like, if you're going to play a Patriot list and you're going to run Ultron, a lot of people were just going, well, why would I do that when I can not worry about board space and I could run Dr. Doom instead. So my package would be focusing on either Dr. Doom or potentially Onslaught, and those are my 2 6-cost options because there's no reason to play Ultron. It's not competitive enough. Now, with that extra power being added, it actually does have some oomph to it. And I went up against several Ultron decks today, and several times it was either it was too close for comfort or I just straight up lost. And there's a very noticeable change to all of these 1-2s now coming down with the drones. Like you said, as long as you build it a very specific way, you know, you are looking at this being more of a zoo focus more rather than a Patriot focus, because the curve doesn't permit for it the same way. You kind of have to, you know, build your own group of you can only choose 2 out of 3, in my opinion. It's Patriot, Khazar, Blue Marvel. You can't get all of them down because you need to play Kyra with Ultron. Absolutely have to play Kyra with Ultron.
Agreed. Unless you're going to play some Invisible Woman and try to just stack the middle lane and then wait for that last turn. And you don't have to worry about Kyra, right? Because now it won't trigger until the very end. So there's another way you can actually play Ultron. But no, I think Khazar and Kyra definitely is needed in this card list. And some other thing, just in case you don't get Ultron, but you got Blink now. So Blink can probably guarantee you Ultron. But do you want to swap a card out? I don't think so. But Sino, how do you feel about Ultron and its change?
Would be like, that's how I feel like it. Like, who cares? It's right there with you. Like, all right, got 1 + 1. I don't see much of Ultron. I don't play much of Ultron, so I'm not, you know, not too thrilled. It's all
right, listen, that's fair. I totally get it. Like I said, now I want to play Ultron just to test it out, but we'll see how it goes. We need to get Infinite at some point. I mean, we're 80 for running that Blink Galactus card list. It's been super fun. Now,
the fun part.
Yes, the fun part, of course. Like I said, we put together an amazing group called PWROn Gaming. This was brought up even, I think, the end of last year when we had a wonderful event that kind of excluded a lot of people of different
lack
cultures.
Some diversity, yes.
Yes, yeah. And, you know, we wanted to kind of bring a team together that had both diversity and some type of culture to the Snap world, as well as people who enjoy other games and other game worlds as well. And we got this wonderful group together and released it on May 1st. Now, in my mind, my goal was to have a team of people, like I said, like-minded, culture, diverse, that wanted to go and build and go forward into an actual gaming company, make some amazing profits, and enjoy doing it with the people that you love on the team. Starting off with about 10 people. That was my goal. That was my plan. And as we grow, and we build. But
did we grow?
To my surprise, we exceeded that growth by putting on an additional 15 people, right? So now we have about 25 people, and we do have some others that are ops, and we're looking to build out that type of infrastructure. But we're at a point now where we are moving at a great pace, and I'm happy to announce that we're looking to even go further and do a lot more than we planned in the beginning months of going on live with PWROn. So with that being said, to showcase all the wonderful people on the team, we figured no other way to do it than to do a PWROn marathon that lasted 4 days, 96 hours. And wow, what a turnout that was. The community is phenomenal. Love seeing the ones in the chats. We all have our own badges. You have to subscribe, tier 1. And to see all the people have so many badges just blew my mind. Now, I'm going to leave it to you guys because I know, Guess, you were also in the marathon. Sino, I even took the graveyard shift and had a blast, met some new people, got some new followers. How do you guys feel about the marathon? What was your take on it? Did you guys enjoy it? Go ahead, we start with you, the Guest. Since you're here, we got to pick on you first.
That's fine. You can pick on me all you want. I'll just pick back. Because you got the graveyard shift. Right. I got the double shift. I took on a double window on Friday.
Right.
And, you know, the thing that just made me so incredibly happy about doing the PWROn marathon was seeing the consistent support of people as they raid on in, how many times you saw, oh, wait, I'm in a new chat. I'm following this person now. Okay, now I'm in this chat because they left their computer on or they had to step away for a little while. And as we continued to go, it just brought so much awareness to all these other content creators that may not have seen this audience prior and vice versa. And that excitement was really cool, coupled with the fact that all of us have such very different dynamic styles that it allowed for the diversity of what we're doing at PWROn to really be showcased, because Ken's stream is completely different than Sino's stream, which is completely different than my stream. And to see the same person now like following everybody, because we did this mega raid of one into the other for 96 straight hours, it opened up the community to not just PWROn, but also to these individual new micro communities that we have all, you know, individually cultivated as well. And we all brought our own different spin to it, you know, whether it was, you know, just playing Snap content, or they played Lorcana content, or, you know, I will drill you on that damn word. No, Lacorna is the secretary. Lorcana is the game. We will get you there, but we're doing well, man. We're doing well. You know, or they were doing you know, D&D, or they're doing community games, or like just seeing, and the communities were still going from one streamer to the other for the entire weekend. That was incredibly rewarding to see this new, you know, so many people have their eyes open to new areas of Twitch that they've never explored before. And simultaneously, the support that we all ended up having for each other, logging in at random moments to see, you know, support the streamer that's currently, you know, streaming for this whether it's a game they play or not, irrelevant. You saw people popping up at all times, at all hours, supporting inside of PWROn as well. And it was just a really great experience to be a part of and showcase some really cool, you know, community aspects of what we're trying to do and what we've already been able to prove that we're on the right path for as a gaming community.
Agreed. Sino, how about you? How'd you feel about it?
Oh man, I had a blast doing the marathon. I had a blast watching the marathon. Just to piggyback off what Guest said, just having people go through, like he said, different streams and seeing different styles and people just like, oh, I like this guy. Yeah, why I didn't find him before? Oh, I know him now. Bang, follow. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna enlighten a lot of people on different cultures and different styles and different, you know, I'm more of a party vibe. So I caught the Thursday prime time, kind of 9 o'clock to 12, and then we rated into Smooth. So, you know, you got to party with me, you got to party with Smooth. Maybe before you got in, you were with Speedy, you were doing more strategic Snap, you know what I mean? So you got like, okay, we did strategic Snap with Speedy, we went into Sino, we had a great time with Sino, we went to Smooth Op, we got a little Fortnite, and then we got some Snap too, you know what I mean? We got a different taste of everything. It was really good. Just seeing everybody just show that loyalty to each other and showing that spirit, that team spirit, and raiding into each other was really dope. Seeing the community have so much fun with it, you know what I mean? Like you guys said, with the badges were all day, and they still throwing up the badges all day.
Yeah, man.
It's insane. You know what I mean? People see me Sino, and there's badges, and there's 100 different badges, not just one set of badges. You know what I mean? Real, like, so it's like, oh shit, how the did y'all get this already? You know what I mean? Like, damn, y'all not playing. Really appreciate the love, you know? So it was really dope. And shout out to Flash for ending it strong. He ended it super strong. He ended it super strong. And shout out to him, man. He did good. What amazed me also, real quick, but when drops came recently, it felt like Marathon Part 2. That was the crazy part about it. It felt like Marathon Part 2, and this time with maybe a little even more numbers, and we kept going. We keeping it going. So I love the culture that we're building on this team. I love the camaraderie that we're building on this team. I only see big things for everybody in the future. We gonna power on, baby. I enjoyed every part of that marathon, man. That was really dope, and I can't wait for the exciting things that PWROn has to bring to you guys in the future, because that ain't it. You know, we got events, events. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Correct. So we're gonna do a lot of things, get a lot of things going. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions if they can join, how they can join, how they can be part of the community. All those things will come in due time. For now,
the answer right now is you can't because we're closing it up.
Oh man, like I said, we didn't expect that so much, so we definitely got to kind of ease into that right now. But nonetheless, we appreciate everybody. Thank you guys again for the community, for you guys giving us that support as a new gaming group coming out there. There's been so much love, like these guys were saying. Phenomenal to see everybody just hop in, everybody stream and give that love.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere, guys. We're gonna make it happen.
Also, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Ken, because Ken put in a lot of work behind the scenes before this whole marathon.
So you guys,
yeah, man.
You know, I was lucky enough to be there with Ken when we were just discussing Power. It wasn't even a thing yet, and all the work, website, merchandise, all the stuff that he put into it, and everybody else too. All the groundwork everybody put behind the scenes too. Shout out to all you guys. White Wing Brady, look at your marks, the mods, everybody's mods. Thank you so much to everybody, because they were working overtime during the marathon. So thank you so much to the mods too, man. But Ken, yeah, man, hats off to you, bro. You really did your thing that day, bro. We appreciate you. We appreciate the shift that you took, because we know that shit wasn't easy. Shout out to you guests also taking those early ass fucking I need coffee shifts. But yeah, I'm just thankful for everybody on here. I think everybody did a great job, and hats off to you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, of course. I appreciate everybody else as well. And shout out to JJ Roke. He started it. We got to give JJ Roke some
shout out to JJ for opening strong. Yes, opening strong. Definitely.
All right, so we say all that to say, guys, look out for PWROn Gaming. We're going to be everywhere. That's our goal. We want to help everybody out, get to that next level, of course. And again, shout out to guests coming on board as our third hosts. We're gonna have some fun things coming again. This is the last. This is the last of this layout you guys are gonna see. We got some amazing things coming. Way more fun stuff planned. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And again, shout out to you guys. And can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Bye.